Well, hello again to all my friends. How are y'all doing today? Hope you understand that reference. Probably dates me. I wonder, do I even have audio? Oh, you're gonna get feedback. My bad. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, hope you're all doing great. It's Friday, right? Hope you all had a great week. It's a busy week for me. It's always a good thing. Busy is good. How long is the TCM sale going for? Yeah, let me throw that on the. Let's throw that on the thing. There is a $1 sale right now. Can't type. This is terrible. TCM Security, 3 courses. Check YouTube description. This is the easiest way for me to do it. My cat, of course. Cat comes to say hi during the live stream. TCM Security. If you're unfamiliar with TCM Security, we teach people how to become cybersecurity professionals, if you will. Right? We have an amazing bunch of courses on the academy. I'm sorry, my cat threw me off. But anyway, we have a sale going on right now. I got to get this cat out of here because you're gonna drive me nuts. Um, have a sale going on right now. We have 3 courses that are $1. That's the practical ethical hacking course, the practical malware analysis and triage course, and Linux 101. So I highly suggest all 3 of them because you can get away with all 3 of those for $3 total. That's $3 total for 3 courses. If you're looking to learn Linux, the Linux 101 course will definitely show you the fundamentals of Linux. It's a great course. A lot of people have said amazing things about it. If you are interested in malware, that's it, you can learn this easily by watching the course. I wouldn't say, well, maybe easily, yes, in some aspects because you get to follow along, right? You actually get to go hands on and do this. More advanced than I think what a lot of people on this channel um, come here for. But I think you can follow along and do it, and it's only $1, right? So you can learn about it, and I think that's really cool. And then the practical ethical hacking course, like that is the flagship course I think on TCM Security that teaches you everything that like practically everything. I say this practically everything that you need to know to become an ethical hacker. But really, like, there's so much like methodology there. There's really getting you hands on with a lot of the tools, understanding what an ethical hacker does on a day to day basis, essentially. Um, it's really helpful, and that's like one of the courses that leads you up to like the PMPT certification. So, anyway, I don't want this to be like a huge plug about that, but it's $1. So you can't beat $1 a course. So yeah, like I said, for $3, you can get some of the best training you will ever get in your entire life. I can guarantee that. Like if you are not happy with your purchase, you can get a refund of your dollar. Like if you are not happy with it, but I promise you, for $1, like those courses are worth so much more than $1. But it's a sale, so go jump on it. Anyway, what y'all up to? What do you want to talk about today? Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. But what's up? What do I think is the best cert to get with Web3 coming and etc to keep ahead of the game when it comes to new age IT work? What 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 are you trying to get into? Like what areas of interest do you have? Like I can't give you like off the bat anything. I don't think there's anything right now specifically associated with that. So what is it that you're trying to do? What are you getting at here? Riley, what's up? You'll be taking your first A+ exam in 30 minutes. Well, good luck to you. Good luck. It should be fun. You're doing like the core one first, so good luck. Read those questions. Sometimes you have to read those questions multiple times, and that's okay. But good luck to you. You can do it. Do I recommend CISSP for what purpose? Like Where are you at currently in your career, um, that you think you need the CISSP? That, like, do I recommend the CISSP for people who are there's a lot of jobs I think that require that, but there's a lot more, I think, high level jobs that require that. If you're at like any type of entry level, no, you don't need a CISSP. I see a lot of penetration testers getting the CISSP. Um, but like, and then I see also, and you hear about like all you see it all the time on different social media platforms, like some type of entry level position in security requiring or asking for the CISSP, and it just yeah, sometimes that doesn't make sense. I feel like Tech Eater, what's up, dollar bill, y'all? Heck yeah. Steve, CompTIA or Cisco certs for cybersecurity? Which ones do I recommend for that path? Well, I mean, Cisco is very much focused on networking. So, I mean, if you are going to go like a pure security route in the world of networking, then yeah, Cisco is definitely a great option. But if you are going to be doing anything outside of networking, then I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend Cisco. What is it that you want to be doing, right? CompTIA, it's great cert. They have great certs. I'm sorry, I was thinking about like CompTIA Security Plus specifically because that is their, one of their that's like their flagship security certification. That's a great certification to have. So I think all around, any way you put it, any way you look at it, CompTIA Security Plus is definitely an amazing certification. Just to lay out fundamentals, there are a lot of jobs that require that certification. There was a lot of information that I learned um, going through that, the learning process for that certification, like personally, like, so I found it beneficial. I think a lot of people actually find that certification beneficial in some of the information that you will find on there. Because there's sometimes like things you don't think about, right? And like there's a lot of things that are like physical security related. And like, sometimes you have to think about those things in environments that you're working in, especially when it relates to security. Uh, Here we go. Sorry. Super chat. Thank you, the big boy oh 01. You're looking to work the IT side for a career, nothing of certification, of course, is taken. What are some good steps to start with to stand out for? Was there anything else that so you're just looking to stand out? You don't have a certification yet, is what I'm gathering from this. You haven't done anything yet. I mean, when you're just looking to get starting out in IT, if you're just trying to land some type of entry level position, whether that's like a technician position, like an analyst position, help desk position, the CompTIA A plus is a great certification. Honestly, like the CompTIA trifecta is typically like what is most recommended, right? I never tell people. I hate telling people to get. I'm not going to go down that path today in this live stream. We'll try to be nice in today's live stream. Try to keep it pleasant. Um, there's a lot of benefit from some of those CompTIA certifications that they have and laying down the fundamentals, especially if you're just trying to get into an entry level IT role. James, you are an entry level cybersecurity. You want to get into pen test. You were just wondering, will this help towards it? I no. I mean, if you're looking to get into pen testing, the CISSP is not the route to take. Look at something like the PNPT from TCM Security. That's the Practical Network Penetration Tester certification. Um, I highly recommend that certification. If you go out and research that certification, there's a lot of people that recommend that. It's definitely getting on more and more job postings, but that's something that can at least get you a very good understanding of what a penetration tester does, and it really teaches you like what you need to know for that position. Definitely go check that out. Um, I will put a link here. Of course, like other certifications, there's everybody hates on like EC Council's CEH. Please hold. Sorry, I had to cough. Hopefully that mute button worked. Um, yeah, everybody hates on the EC Council, the CEH, for a lot of great reasons. So do your research. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that one. Um, this is just stuff that you need to like at least look into and understand like what's out there in this realm of like penetration testing and certifications and training associated with it. There's like OSCP from Offensive Security, very, very expensive, like $2,500 expensive, like ridiculous. We're not gonna again, I'm not gonna be mean in today's live stream and keep it pleasant. Um, I again highly recommend TCM Security PMPT. Oh, that CompTIA has like their Pen Test Plus, but yeah, nah. At least look into all of them though. Okay, that's it. Just get understanding of what's out there, and pick the pick the one that's going to work for you. Maybe your organization will pay for one of these specifically, right? That's like an avenue that you need to lean down. If you are in an entry level cybersecurity role, you sometimes in any type of position in IT, and when you're working in the field, sometimes you can go to your managers and or directors and ask them if they offer any type of like stipend or whatever for training. Oftentimes, sometimes that they do. Sometimes you have to pay for it like out of your own pocket initially, and then they will reimburse you. But that's still pretty legit. Like you can go out and get your PMPT, and maybe they'll pay for it, right? So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. The big bald Azure guy. It's good to see you, sir. Hey everyone, pay attention to Zach. He knows what he's talking about. Fundamentals are key to everything. Security, cloud, networking. Yes, fundamentals, man. Like fundamentals. Thank you, the bearded IT dad, for the super chat. Um, what is the plug link for the TCM? So if you are watching this live stream from any other platform than YouTube, like I would suggest like the easiest way, right? Go to YouTube. You can refresh the page there if you're already on the YouTubes. But in the description, there should be a link as well. You will find the coupon code that you can use to get we have 3 courses right now for $1. Anyway, I don't want to keep plugging it. I don't want to make it seem like that's all I'm going to do this live stream, but it's a pretty good deal for $1. Holla for $1. Can you work in AWS or Azure in a country that doesn't support Microsoft or Amazon? I mean, that would be pretty difficult, right? Like if they don't support that, might be kind of hard. I really hope that's not an affiliate code. Like seriously, like if you put an affiliate code for you for $1 coupon, man, like come on, it's already $1. And come on, I seriously hope that's not. I will be so upset if that is. James, you are very welcome for the information. Scott S. What do I have to do to maintain CompTIA cert like A plus? You know they're good for 3 years, but do you test again? So for the CompTIA A plus certification, when you renew them, they have a lot of great information on their website about this. Sometimes it's hard to navigate and figure out, though. I know, like I get that. So yeah. Anyway, um, they have like CEUs or something. I everybody words these differently, right? But like continuing education, like credits, units that you can achieve to help in your renewal process for your CompTIA certification. So like one thing that you could do with like CompTIA certifications, if you have your A plus and you're approaching that 3-year mark, you could get something like your CompTIA Network Plus before those 3 years are up. And that will actually, I believe this is still the case because it has been for a very long time with CompTIA. It will renew as well your CompTIA A plus certification. So like you can essentially game their system if you're interested in CompTIA certifications, and having them all renewed is like go down the line every few years and obtain like one of their certifications to renew some of the subsets of XYZ, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah. Oh, My phone was ringing. My bad. But anyway, yeah, then there's, I think, other information about like, um, I just had like an email from CompTIA about my Security Plus, which I chose not to renew, because whatever. I'm searching my computer for CompTIA instead of having my email open to search for CompTIA. Security Plus expiration. Oh, it says this is the last email I got about it. It says your CompTIA Security Plus certification has expired. Womp womp. That's okay. I was so happy when I got that certification. Like that made my day. Earning CEUs from home. Let's see if I can. I don't know what screens I have set up right now. Hang on. Let me put this thing in studio mode. And we'll do. It's not the one I want. That one will kind of work. I don't want to have my entire email open though. Let's put that up. Hang on. Trying to adjust my screens here, y'all. Please hold. There we go. I gotta be careful. All right. Um, but here it says earning CEUs from home, like online training. Find the online training eligible for CEUs at cybrary.it and LinkedIn Learning. So you could do some training at cybrary.it or on LinkedIn Learning, and that will help you get some CEU credits, right? Because let's see, does it tell you how many you have to get? I'm just kind of skimming through this to meet the program requirements. I don't know. On-demand webinars. I'm just kind of going along with it now at this point. But anyway, yeah. So on-demand webinars. These are some of the different ones you could do from like New Horizons, Pluralsight, SANS, publishing. You can earn CEUs by publishing an article, white paper, or blog post. That's always cool to see. CompTIA CertMaster CE. If you achieved your certification or certifications by passing A plus, Network plus, or Security plus, or earlier exam versions, you're eligible for CertMaster CE. But this is just for Security plus. CompTIA A plus, like all the CompTIA certifications are going to be very similar, in like their requirements or offerings that they have to help you renew those certifications. I don't remember is there a renewal fee. Otherwise, in general, I don't know. I cannot recall, honestly. Sorry. Going back to this one. All right. Hopefully that's helpful. James Casey, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. If I'm lagging on the chat, I'm sorry. But yeah, I really hope that going through that was helpful. I like doing stuff like that. I missed that. 15 years Active Directory experience. Should you go for the OSCP? Well, what other security related experience do you have that would prepare you for the OSCP? They just recently put Active Directory on their exam. I just want to give a shout out to the real OGs who've been talking about Active Directory for years and trying to encourage people to learn Active Directory for years. And those OGs would be the Cyber Mentor and IT Career Questions. Because for years we've been saying, hey, learn Active Directory. It's going to be helpful for you. And that's funny that I was trying to keep it pleasant today. Anyway, on the new CompTIA A plus, guess what you get to learn? Active Directory. Finally. Good stuff. If you're looking to get into IT, I highly suggest you look into Active Directory. Legit. You love the courses we've been sharing for $1? I love the courses that I've been sharing for $1. Omer, hey, what's up? You still remember my intro to IT certification? Now you finally got your first job as a penetration tester. So thank you so much for helping people. That's awesome. Congratulations. And good luck to you. Hang on. Do I know IFLA Trade Tech Computer Information Systems program? No, I don't know that. Do you have to pay to renew CompTIA? I'm not 100% on that. I would assume that you do because it's CompTIA and they love your money. Sorry, but they do. What's up? Hey, just want to tell you're 2 years. You're 2 years in. You're an IT specialist. You've been watching my videos for years. That's awesome. How's that going for you? Are you enjoying what you're doing? Like that's like the most important question, right? I'm happy. I love when people come back and say, "Hey, like I'm working in IT now. I've been watching you for a long time. I'm happy for you, but do you enjoy what you do? Like, are you happy that you made that decision? Like that's what I really want to know." Thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Hold up. Thank you. Kyle Sessions. You just got a job as a junior systems administrator. You start next week. You're really excited to move on from help desks. Thank thank you. Thanks, Zach, for all your videos and motivations. They've been a great help to you. I am happy to hear that. Yeah, and I feel like I recognize your name. So I feel like you've probably commented somewhere before and I've seen you come up or you've been on live streams before, but I feel like I recognize your name. But anyway, congratulations. Good luck to you. Take lots of notes, ask lots of questions, have fun. Like that's awesome. Stupid question. Can you learn Office 365 on a VM or a free web portal? Pretty sure KevTech has a video on this. If anybody can throw, let's see. I'll Google. I'll Google the KevTech. I'll get his YouTube channel pulled up. Maybe I can even do you a solid because I'm sure, yeah, KevTech Office 365. And this in the chat. There you go. So yeah, there he can show you how to set up this. What the first one's like sandbox, I think. Probably for Office 365. I haven't watched the series personally, but I know a lot of people recommend the stuff that he does. Um, so definitely check that out. I don't know whether any information out there, right? Like right off the top of my head that covers um any of that. Honestly, I'm sorry. I'm sure Microsoft has something on it though. No, you can't officially. There you go. Yeah, I would assume doesn't Microsoft should have something, right? So what's the best way to do it, the big bald Azure guy? Because I've thought about this before, and it's been like I feel like it's been a year or so since I've looked this up because I wanted to see if I could teach people more about Office 365 because like I know right now I have like it's so hard to explain, right? Because it's through it I don't want to give away like just a ton of details, right? Because it's just whatever. Through a service, I have access to Office 365. But it's limited in what I have access to, right? Because it's strictly there to give me access to well, all of the Microsoft applications, right? Um, but like I don't have access to like the other things that would help tie into Office 365, like things like Active Directory. I'm not gonna go into. I don't want to get two people into the clouds here. I don't want to get too much into it. But yeah, how? So yeah, like there's not a good way to learn like the whole circumference, like what it can all represent, right? Uh there is a sandbox lab environment you can use in Microsoft Learn, but to get hands-on with it, everything, try a free trial. There you go. Yeah, I know. And then there's okay, so there's other services out there like GoDaddy, where you can get access to Office 365, which that gets you access to, again, like all the applications and things like that. But I think what's really important to see about that is that like you at least get to see like the GUI, right? So getting familiar with the GUI, like that can be helpful. And oh man, like GUIs are so fun because like, and when I say GUI, that's a graphical user interface. So just so we cover that so nobody has to ask. We've got that graphical user interface. Um, when I think about man, big bald Azure guy, I don't know if you were ever in web development at any point. But when I look at like web development, like way on early 2000s ish, and this what I'm about to talk about still exists to this day, right? And it's something called cPanel, which it's a control panel um, for websites, right? When you sign up for like web hosting services and things like that out on the interwebs, you often get access to this thing called cPanel. And in cPanel, right, it's just like this big old graphical user interface that can help you do I got like so many different like numbers of things, right? From now like automating a WordPress installation, or you can manage your SQL databases and things like that, or your MySQL databases. Um, but yeah, so like cPanel, right? When I think about it like then, and then I think about like how we've evolved over the years. And honestly, it was a couple of years ago. It's probably like 4 years ago, probably when I first set foot into like Azure or AWS. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is just like this is cPanel. Like this is all this is. It is just like jacked up, like a super high charged like cPanel and what it is doing and offering to us and in the way that they are presenting it to us. And the way that I could like just uh, uh I guess learn it was AWS at the time. It just could click with me like so well, and it was just like such like a familiar surrounding almost. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but just getting experience to those things sometimes. What I'm saying is like getting experience with these different interfaces and things like that you're going to eventually see in the world. Like the more of these interfaces that you can get experience with, like the easier it will be to navigate them throughout the future, right? That's ultimately like what I'm getting at. And like there's so many different like interfaces that you run across now, and like what like Meraki, right, which is like networking based. There's like a very like well designed like GUI put into place for that. Um and learning that there's so many different like just familiarities of learning that and taking that into different applications and things like that just it helps things like click. I don't know if that makes sense for anybody. If it doesn't, please let me know if it does make sense. I don't know, but it's just like, man, like learning that stuff sometimes so helpful. Sorry, it was like throwing me down like nostalgia, memory lane. iCloud iCloud fly here FPV. Thank you very much for the super chat. Favorite CCNA study material? Sorry if it's already been asked. I mean, I don't have my CCNA, so you have to take what I say essentially with a grain of salt. There are other people I'm sure in this chat who have taken their CCNA who can give great advice, but I can tell you that Cisco has their academy, which you can follow their training material. You get access to like Packet Tracer. That is a great option, right? There is a ton of great material out on the YouTubes, like for free, that can walk you through a lot of the Cisco material, like the CCNA material. There's paid platforms out there like ITProTV. I recommend them highly over any other platform that's out there. When it comes to like CompTIA training, when it comes to Cisco training, when it comes to Microsoft training, like hands down, like that's in my personal opinion, the place to go. ITPro.tv. Definitely check them out. But there's other places out there, right? Like CBT Nuggets has like, they have like some of the most like legendary networking trainers like on their platform, right? Um Pluralsight has CCNA material. Best advice that I can give to you is many of the training providers out there often will have like a free trial. Take advantage of those free trials. Find the one that you like the most because like ultimately, you have many options out there. So you can hopefully find like a trainer or trainers that you just jive with, right? Like you just like you really enjoy what they do. Like for me, like that's everybody at IT Pro TV, I think. Like all of their trainers. I'm just like, yep, I like you. I'm gonna watch you. I just enjoy it. That's what it is. There's some people out there that like don't enjoy it, and I get that. Like they just want like straight to the point. And it's not that IT Pro TV doesn't get straight to the point. It's just like they make it a little bit more entertaining. And that I feel like for me is so helpful because it breaks it up a little bit. And then like it helps you like digest things a little bit more. It helps you feel like a little bit more comfortable. Like, yeah. Sorry, coughing again. Yeah, those are my suggestions for you. AG, thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. Hack the box versus try hack me. I don't know like what level of learning you are at. Um, but I mean, try hack me is definitely a great starting point. Like that's probably the best starting point. I feel like try hack me, and then like once you get through a lot of those, I think people typically will move on to hack the box. What is my favorite operating system? Windows. Why I don't know. I just why I don't know. It just has everything that I need it to do, unfortunately. I don't have time to screw around with anything else. I don't know. That and I get to build a powerhouse of a machine, you know, that I could not do. I couldn't do that with a Mac, right? Like I could not build a powerhouse and afford it, right? Like that's the key thing here, right? You can build like powerhouse machines with Apple. I just don't like I could never afford that. But I can build a powerhouse machine and run Windows on it. And I can't I mean I could run Linux, right? But like then I don't have access to a lot of the applications that I use for my job. So, yeah, that's mainly Adobe. I love Adobe. Adobe is my jam so much. Oh, you're saying specifically? I mean, of all time, right? Like, man, like I don't know. Like I Windows XP is something that, like that just lives on with me forever because like I wouldn't say I grew up with that, but I did my most evolute like I evolved the most with that operating system, being under that operating system. So that holds a special place in my heart. Um yeah, I don't know. Windows 7 was just like that was a good jam too. So I don't know. Oh, this is great. Which cybersecurity job role do I think is the easiest to get into if you're trying to break into cybersecurity? So I honestly I just did a video on this today. Like I recorded it and everything. Had the whole thing recorded. It was 51 minutes long. The title of the video would have been literally why do entry level cybersecurity jobs require experience? And I literally like I went ham on this video, 51 minutes long, right? But there was like a problem with the lighting that was causing like this terrible looking shadow. So I had to delete the whole thing, and I was super sad and upset about it because like I was just jamming on that video. But the point is, right? Like job titles, job roles in every aspect of the IT world. Every single I went ham, Stephen Amador. I did. I was hamming out. But every aspect of the IT world, job roles, job titles are skewed. They suck. I hate them with a passion. Um, you always have to pay attention to the job descriptions. That's always what matters. At the end of the day, like that's what matters. Stop looking at the job titles. Job titles can give you like a slight indication of what you can find within that job description, right? Like that job title is like an indicator, right? Just like YouTube, when you're going scrolling through YouTube, right? And you're trying to find like that video that you want to watch, like that thumbnail is like an indicator for you that you want to click on it, and like that title, what it says that it is, like that's an indicator to help you understand like what it's going to be about. Like think about when you're looking through jobs, right? That title is just trying to help you understand what that job position is going to be about, because again, job titles are stupid in IT. In every realm of IT, job titles are dumb. It's the job description. So please read the job description. So that's it. That's like the secret sauce of it all, and it takes a tremendous amount of time, and it's incredibly stupid, but as an industry, we have failed everybody in properly labeling job titles. We've done a terrible job of it. We suck at it. We can blame the industry. Yeah, you can look up on Indeed.com. Getting to your question, you can look up on Indeed.com entry level cybersecurity jobs, right? Or you can just look up cybersecurity entry level. You can look up cybersecurity analyst entry level, or entry level cybersecurity analyst, entry level cybersecurity technician, entry level SOC analyst. There are so many different job titles when it comes to cybersecurity specifically. It's difficult, right? You have to look at again. You just got to look at these job descriptions because it's going to lay out like you know, essentially what you're going to need to be successful in landing these roles. And I can tell you from like the research that I did today and last night that like I think like 98% of the cybersecurity jobs out there are asking for or requiring a degree. Like phenomenal, right? Like it's crazy to see that. Um and that's something you really have to take into consideration. And a lot of the quote unquote entry level cybersecurity jobs, right? And I say quote unquote entry level because like it's going to encompass like entry level SOC analyst, entry level cybersecurity technician, blah, 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 blah. So many different job titles, but entry level specifically, they require experience. Like they ask for experience. Every single one of those job descriptions. There was I think one job description said like I mean it had well that no, this job description was saying a degree or relevant experience. That was like the only thing. Every other one was like, yeah, we want you to have experience. At least a year of experience in something in IT. Doesn't have to be cybersecurity specific, but you have to have at least 1 year of IT experience, you know. There's going to be a video coming out about that because I want to go ham on that. It's not going to be in your favor if you think it is, because cybersecurity is it's a very specialized field within IT. Sorry. Super chats. Thank you, Lapse of Apathy. So support engineer is not glorified help desk. You are a support engineer. You used to be a systems engineer before you were laid off. I mean, it depends on what you do, right? Job titles are silly. I if you are not help desk, unless your job specifically says help desk, you are not help desk, right? Like you can glorify it in any way that you want, you know. We could say that, IT technician isn't help desk, which sometimes it very much could be a help desk type of position, but like at the end of the day, like your title says IT technician. It doesn't say help desk. Hopefully that helps. Thank you very much for the super chat. You hear of many help desk employees doing sysadmin tasks. There are a lot of entry level ish types of roles that do maybe borderline sysadmin tasks. Like there's a lot of I see. There's oh man, I don't want to go into like all the different weeds of things because there's just so many different uh there's so many different like scenarios that you can run out there into like in IT environments. You know, like, depending on the size of those environments, right? Like in smaller IT environments, like you would give access to some of your lower level technicians to like some administrator privileges and things like that. Like you would give them access to like Active Directory and things like that. Some organizations like you might not do that because of security concerns and things like that, or you might have like a lot of different steps, procedures, protocols put into place for things like that, or systems to help you manage these types of things, right? Especially if like you have like single sign-on and things like that put into play. Like there's just like man, there's so many different scenarios that you're going to run out there, uh, that you're going to face out there in the real world, right? So yeah, it's a difficult question or difficult comment to talk about. Corbin Dallas. Thoughts on job descriptions for a knock analyst that says incubants must be emotionally stable. I would imagine that there's a high level of stress, right? Like that's what that would probably indicate to me. High level of stress, or you potentially would be dealing with difficult people. Who knows? But man, what is wrong with you, Steven? Never sit for that unless somebody pays for that. If my boss pays for that, I'll sit for the here. Gotta change the gears on you. Why is OSCP so expensive? That's a great question. I don't have a great answer for you. I should probably watch what I say because they'll probably come in here and like yell at me and kick me off the YouTubes and be like, "Don't say mean things about us." I don't know why they're so expensive. I really don't. It's ridiculous, quite honestly. They have a different model. I don't know. If you ask me personally, right, like education should be affordable from all levels, all standpoints across the board. Do not care what industry, right? Like education is like a human right. Like it really is. And YouTube has been like the biggest like advocator for this and making this happen at a much larger scale than that has ever been able to like it's ever happened before. And it's phenomenal to see because you see so many amazing, talented, like extremely smart individuals teaching you how to become all of these different things. We're helping you become all of these different things. They provide amazing material out there for free. And in like our case, in TCM Security's case, like very, very affordable. And then you have educational institutes, like colleges and boot camps and organizations like Offensive Security, SANS, who charge just like a ridiculous amount of money for education, for teaching you something. It's really sad and frustrating for me to see because like uh, I'm self-taught. I never went to school, right? Like I dropped out. I'm a high school dropout. Uh, Everything that I learned, I was able to learn through the internet. That's how I grew up. That's how I figured it all out. It was like through the internet. And Like, yeah, like everybody has that opportunity. And it's just like phenomenal to see that. And it's phenomenal to see like organizations who stand behind a model that represent affordable education because like it should be affordable. I'm not saying that necessarily should always be free because like, I need to get paid. Like the people who create like that content need to be paid. And I could tell you from working in an organization that, like we take great pride in providing affordable education. We are a we are able to pay our like all the employees at our organization like a very healthy wage. Like we are like we do good. Like we're doing great with what we're doing. Like we're proving that it can be done. Like ah anyway. So to your question asking why it's so expensive, I don't know. I don't know. TCM hats are pretty legit. I agree. Preach, I will preach. OSCP is crazy hard. You failed once. I- Who wants to talk about the OSCP? Steven, you should be sorry. I mean, everybody says when I go out on the internet and I read things about the OSCP, everything very much indicates that it's very much capture the flag oriented type of exam, right? You have 24 hours to complete this. 24 I mean, 20 like that's just one thing that like blows my mind about this too, right? Like you pay $2,500, you go through all this training, then you have 24 hours to go through and complete the exam. Not at all representative of what you would expect in the real world. I don't know. Offensive security is going to come out here and be like, kick this video off of the YouTube. I'm all right with that offensive security. I still love you. I mean, you guys do the Callies, right? Like you guys got the Kali Linuxes, and we all love that, right? But here's the thing about OSCP, right? Like I would tell you, go get the OSCP if somebody else is going to pay for it. If your boss is going to pay for that, go get it. If it's coming out of somebody else's pocket, go get that stuff, right? You know, Heath Adams has even said, and I have this on video, and I've used it in advertisements, or like in our social media promo stuff multiple times. Like OSCP will help you land an interview, and the PMPT will help you crush the interview. Like that's coming from TCM CEO himself. Never forgive Steven for turning this into an OSCP stream. Oh, yeah. Way to go, bro. Yeah. Now I'm gonna get banned on the YouTube forever. Learn Cobalt. Learn Cobalt Strike. I love it. How do I feel about the EJPT? You're thinking going through that and then going for the PMPT. A lot of people go down that route, honestly. A lot of people say great things about INE, Learn Security, whatever you want to call them, whichever name they go by nowadays. I've never gone through any of their training materials, so I can't tell you like firsthand how they are. I've heard a lot of great things about them, and I've heard a lot of firsthand people who have taken their EJPT and then gone through like our study materials and gone for like our PMPT and things like that. So as far as for like from my understanding, like they have good learning material. Do I want to advertise INE and G? I mean, I just did, I guess, right? Like, there you go, Paul. Go check out INE. That's what like INE.com or something or elearnsecurity.com. It'll take you the same place, I'm sure. Yes, I could tell you that I have heard great things about them always. I don't think I mean, I have full disclosure, right? I have heard negative things about them, but nothing that would necessarily discourage me or should discourage you from checking them out, right? Like they have material that can be beneficial to you. Like their material is good from this is from people that like that I've heard. Like, right? Like that's all I can tell you. I wouldn't say, and again, I wouldn't say anything that I've heard negative was like terrible stuff, right? Like, don't please don't take it that way either, right? Like, not trying to start that whole thing either. Please don't take it that way. Like, I know people who've worked at that organization, and the people that have worked for that organization, like some of them I really do like. I like to be truthful and honest on this channel. Sometimes I feel like one of these days, me being completely genuine and honest is going to get me in trouble. It really is. Like that's that's the problem. I've had organization, like a lot. I even think CompTIA did this to me. They're like, we love how genuine and honest you are in your videos. Like, we love how authentic you are. Like, I probably could pull up an email on that. Like, you're very authentic in your videos. We like that, right? Like, I've heard that. I'm sure they don't like that now because I like to keep it real. Oftentimes, I tell you that's gonna get me in trouble. Steven, come on. Why would you say that stuff? They charge you more than regular price? That's the price for being associated with me? All right. Whatever. Sorry, I get messages coming in from my boss now. Why didn't I see that he sent me a message earlier today? That's so weird. These programs sometimes. Anyway, Steven Amador's lying. You can use my coupon code though. It's ITCQ30 and it will save you 30% off your subscription at ITProTV. That 30% off is pretty substantial. Let me tell you. Job skill share community. What's up, boss? What's this? A plus worth it with help desk tech internship experience and what's a CISB degree? The A plus worth it? I mean, it's worth it if an organization is requiring it, right? For sure. A lot of organizations require it or ask for it. There's a lot of great fundamentals on that certification, especially the new CompTIA A plus because they finally put active. Oh my gosh, shaking the whole desk. The new CompTIA A plus, they put Active Directory on there, so I give CompTIA A plus and A plus for what they did adding Active Directory. Yeah. A plus is not boo boo. I will completely disagree with anybody who ever says that. Doing great. Love my studio. Thank you, Job Skill Share. Good to see you. What's the code for IT Pro TV? ITCQ30. CQ30. Pro.tv. It's backwards, I guess, but and cybersecurity, yeah, and cybersecurity, I guess the A plus, yeah, not going to be as beneficial or helpful for you unless an organization requires it, because some of them do. Those job descriptions get you guys sometimes because not often do y'all like to read them job descriptions. And those job descriptions are like that's what it is. Where to learn Active Directory and group policy management for sysadmin roles for free, all over the YouTube. I have an entire video series that walks you through installing, configuring Active Directory, shows you how to set up users, even shows you how to use PowerShell to mass import hundreds of users into Active Directory, which is very, very helpful. Stephen Amador, you've been doing research all day on open source intelligence. What can you tell us about staying hidden while performing OSINT in person? Physical? If you want to stay hidden, you hide in plain sight and you dress up as a AT&T worker and you bring a ladder with you, and then you're hidden in plain sight because nobody will question you if you're carrying a ladder and you look like a telecom worker. Yep. That's it. I have to leave after this question. Kirshan, hopefully I pronounced your name right. If I didn't, I'm very sorry. Hey, Zach, you recently watched a video which motivated you to now get your A+ certification. However, entry-level jobs require at least 2 years of experience. Of course they do. How do I bridge that gap after getting A+? You apply for those jobs anyway. If it's an entry-level IT job, if it's an entry-level information technology job like an IT technician, information technology technician, an IT analyst, help desk, right? Like, you just apply for them jobs anyway. Experience. Anyway, I do have to leave because I got some childrens here that need attended to. I just left them all by themselves this whole time. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. My 15-year-old has to leave for volleyball. So thank you all for joining tonight on this live stream. It's been great. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Take care. Take it easy. Love you.